audience, and together we're on a quest for Dynasty Domination. How's it going over there, Daniel?
Pretty good. I'm doing all right. Just hanging out, getting excited to see how the playoff chases go, seeing if I can survive a couple more leagues in some of these or a couple more weeks in these chop leagues. I hear over there, blood in the waters, the shark among us, just slaughtering folks on
Uh,
the waiver wire pickups over here.
we'll see. I'm in an advantageous position, but last week I was third out of four, so who knows? Still feeling pretty good though. No strikes, only guy with fab left. I'll take it. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm getting ready for the playoffs, locked in three dynasty leagues. And
Nice.
sitting pretty in another one, hopefully. I got to win out most likely, but I think I
Aren't you
got
like
good
undefeated
matchups.
in one of these
Yeah,
leagues?
12 and 0. Let's go.
Congrats.
I'm
So
going up
happy for
against
you.
Shimmy this week, though,
Uh-oh.
who does have more points for than me on a weekly basis, but I did beat him once already, so let's see.
Let's
See if
do
I
it
can pull it
again.
off. 72 Dolphins in this bitch. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm
All
gonna let
right.
you kind of introduce this one. This was one of your brain children.
Oh no.
So I'll let you take it away. What are we talking about today?
Okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about just the incorrect predictability of all of some of our off-season energy. That's basically what I'm here to talk about. Specifically, there's been a lot of movement on the hot players this year. I think it always feels like there's more volatility and surprise sleepers than there ever has been before.
Hmm.
But this year it feels pretty aggressive. There's a lot of names popping up, and so I thought it'd be cool to check out the top 24 redraft ADP and see kind of like how these guys are doing versus the top 24 results, and then maybe just maybe get a feel for if we're going to see these names remain as top 24 draftable players next year. And if not, possibly some replacements they have coming at them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be
So,
interesting.
I,
You,
yeah.
you're right. It's been a crazy year.
And I'm not
Of
just always saying that.
Of the top 24, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 of them are finishing below where they were drafted right now, below
Whoa.
their ADP. So that's pretty insane. So let's crack into it. So we'll go off the redraft ADP in PPR leagues. The number one pick was Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He is currently ranked the 23rd player overall, so minus 22 on his ADP. He has missed one game, and is getting close to 20 points a game, so he'd probably be a little closer. I wouldn't say that he's been a huge disappointment, but losing Joe Burrow has knocked him out, which kind of sucks. The number two guy, and just stop me whenever you got something you want to say.
Well, I'd just say, like, as far as next year, top 24, first round draft pick for Chase. I think
Oh,
he's
for sure.
safe.
Yeah.
Feel like he's
Yeah,
safe,
yeah,
not
yeah.
losing any clout with us. We're not deterred.
No, absolutely. I'm not scared of him whatsoever. Just, the Joe Burrow injury and then him missing a game, it makes it kind of hard for him to consistently put up points. But I mean, he's had incredible games though, so not worried about him. Bijan Robinson was the ADP number two, number one RB. He's currently sitting at 12th overall, so minus 11. But 20 points per game. The Falcons have just been kind of a headache to watch, really inconsistent, but he's still, I mean, being the 12th overall player is not bad. 20 points a game is still good. He hasn't missed any games. He's just not been quite up to that ADP number two up to snuff. But yeah, I think he's locked and loaded for a first round pick as well next year.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of hard pressed to take him out of that RB2 conversation, just based off of the potential because we've seen great output. Just losing a little stability under center
Yeah.
a little bit. But yeah, Bijan feeling good about what he's doing. No one's sad to have him on his team.
Yeah, not at all. All right. Next up here, we got Saquon Barkley, the number three ADP player. He is ranked 41st right now, so a drop of 38, and he hasn't missed any games. He is at 14.8 points per game, which puts him in the bottom five
Ouch.
of our top 24 in terms of points per game. He's an interesting one. I feel like he might slide to the second round
Yeah,
next year, given his age.
I've got him definitely outside the first round. So I think you're right, man. The This is a weird team. The Eagles feels like they find a way to win, and not last week, obviously, which is great. But yeah, you just never know who's going to score multiple touchdowns and who's going to put us, single digit game. And with that draft capital, you need a little more certainty.
Absolutely. Um, and then yeah, we do the running back longevity episode every year, and he's creeping up on all those warning signs. I think he's a good enough player to kind of go over those a lot, but still, it's a little scary. Number four was Jahmyr Gibbs, and he's the fourth ranked player, so can't argue with that. 23.5 points per game. Did just drop like a 60 burger everywhere, which helps him out quite a bit. Um, but I don't think anybody's upset, and he's definitely a first rounder next year.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like as far as consistency year after year, I'm kind of looking at him as the RB1 in my
Yeah.
heart right now.
It's hard to say anything against that. Like he's been an absolutely incredible.
Heck yeah.
Just he can take a carry to the house no matter what. Which is something you want. All right, CD Lamb was next, the wide receiver two off the board. He is ADP fifth. He is 87th right now, so he'd drop off of 82. Granted, he has missed four games, so he'd be a lot closer, but he's only hitting at 14.9 points per game, just a little bit above Barkley. And that George Pickens emergence has really kind of hurt him a little bit. How do we feel about Lamb? Is he back into the first, dropping into the second?
I think you got to keep him in the first.
Yeah.
For me, I view him as still a top three wide receiver.
hmm
With Chase. There's a surprising newer name going in that top three when it comes down to it. But Pickens is on a 1 year deal. CD's missed some time, and we know that this offense is going to remain explosive in years
hmm
to come. It seems like they've successfully addressed the head coaching position for now. So it looks like more of this is explosiveness is to come, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I would feel pretty comfortable taking him, and you can kind of probably get him at a discount, as some people will kind of drop him a little bit based off this year. And especially if they do franchise tag Pickens, I feel like people might get scared. You can get him at a bit of a discount. Kind of like you did for Justin Jefferson this year, ADP 6, sitting at the wide receiver 47, hasn't missed any games, just under 14 points per game, 41 spot drop. The difference between like him and CD would be that Justin Jefferson apparently doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, dude. Big time doesn't have a quarterback. We have to see how the rest of this year goes, but he's still doing well enough to be starting. But like you're saying, top half of the first round, I don't know if I'm trusting him until I see something that makes me excited, like a possible vet or something, somebody we can
hmm
trust. But I think he slides back, towards the back of the first round for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd put him there too. I still think he'd be like wide receiver four if I had to rank him right now. Um, just behind somebody we'll talk about later, and then CD and Chase. I just believe in the talent, and I do think they're gonna bring in a veteran. They're gonna bring in somebody that's gonna be able to get him the ball. They cannot walk out with JJ McCarthy alone next year. I still think they will try to develop him, which is the right call, but they're not just gonna leave him out there to dry and have Max Brosmer the only guy behind him. I just can't see that. So I would be willing to take him in the first still. You're probably going to get a bigger discount on him though next year. The 7 ADP was Christian McCaffrey, who's currently the number one overall player. It's 2018 all over again. And he's up 6 spots, almost 26 points per game. He'll be a first round pick next year. It's hard to say anything else about him, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything else about him. Yeah, 29 currently, but ageless when on the field. So,
Yeah, he just has
yeah.
so much more opportunity than almost anybody else. He touches the ball more than like half the league.
Yeah, no,
Um,
and he's fearless. I mean,
yeah,
it's insane. Yeah, it's such a high output to be sustained for this long. It's
yeah,
unprecedented.
absolutely. The ADP 8 was Malik Neighbors. Don't need to spend too long on this. He's missed 8 games already. He's sitting at 251. Not really his fault. Torn ACL. He'll be back next year. I feel like he'll probably be a second round pick next year coming off a torn ACL. But the Jackson Dart hype will be real.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I still like him in the first personally, but maybe I'm just a little riskier, a big risk
Yeah.
taker
I
because
mean,
I think he'll return on that value if he plays a full season.
yeah, I mean, I agree. He was at 14.3 points per game, and that was a lot of it not with Jackson Dart, who definitely elevated that offense. So I could see it. I just think he might end up falling,
Yeah,
like overall ADP, but I would probably take him in the first as well.
right on.
Amon-Ra St. Brown was the ninth overall player. He's sitting at 14, so not much movement, only a 5 point drop and almost 20 points per game. I think he's a into the first round, early second round guy as well next year.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's no movement, no disappointment, really. It's kind of a
Hmm.
neutral, accurate ADP this year for him.
Yeah. Next is Derrick Henry. He was 10th. He's dropped 33 spots down to 43rd, and he hasn't missed a game. He's heating up the past 2 weeks, over 20 points, but overall for the year, he's at 14.7 per game. I think he definitely falls out of the first round, given his age and the performance this year. I do think he'll finish the year strong, as Baltimore kind of gets their legs back under him. It's been a weird year for them, but I don't see him going in the first round next year.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if he ends up in the second round next year
Mm,
unless he
okay.
can light it up right now. Just looking at the guys that I would put over him, I mean, I got four rookie running backs from this year's class that if they finish the way they've running now, they could outdo him and kind of kick him out.
Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't be that surprised either. But I just certainly don't see him coming into the first round.
No,
Um,
definitely not.
Ashton Genty's up next, averaging more
Oh,
points per game than Henry, just barely. And he's the 34th ranked player. He was the ADP 11, so dropped 23 spots. I feel like that'll come back to earth. I think he'll go to the second round, depending on what the Raiders do. But I do think an improved coaching staff and improved offensive line hopefully will kind of spark Genty. Because as bad he hasn't been that bad, first of all. People are grossly over exaggerating how bad he's been. He's getting hit as soon as he touches the ball on like half the plays. I think they'll try to improve what's around him and use him to the fullest, but I do think he'll be a second round pick next year.
yeah, I'm one for one with you. I mean, there's some rising tide that needs to happen with the Raiders, and I think his ship could be floating, but yeah, it definitely doesn't maintain the risk a first round pick would carry.
No, not at all. Puka Nakua is next. 12th overall ADP. He is going at the, or he is the 18th overall player right now. So he dropped 6 spots, but he has missed a game and he's sitting at 21 points per game. So that would probably move him a lot closer. I think he's a first round pick for sure. I think the only reason he fell to 12 was because we didn't know what was going on with Stafford, a guy who we'll talk about soon.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think, yeah, I'm one for one with you on that. No,
Okay.
nothing to add.
Nico Collins was 13. He's sitting at 55 right now. Dropped 42 spots, 14.7 points per game. I don't think he'll be this high. I think he'll be a mid second round to early third round pick next year. I think he's only missed one game, but he still has that injury bug tagged on him. And then I think people are starting to not believe in the CJ Stroud renaissance. And I think you'll see that next year. Now, will it happen? Maybe, but I just think people will be a little more adverse to taking Nico so early.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not really forecasting him to be a top 24 pick next year.
Okay, yeah.
I think a lot of it does have to do with the quarterback, and some of it has to do with, the versatility. Like they've been successful just utilizing just almost random other wideouts in that
Yeah.
offense. So it's hard for me to say Nico's, the guy that offense runs through. It doesn't feel that way right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It like you can tell they want him to be, but it's just not really
Yeah.
working that way right now.
Hmm.
So I'm with you. That offense is kind of hard to watch. Um,
Tough. For sure.
14th overall, Devon Achane. He's sitting at 8 right now, so up 6 spots. One of our few that actually went up. I think he'll be in the back end of the first round, maybe early second round. I just think people are kind of out on the Dolphins. But I mean, he's producing no matter what, especially in PPR leagues. So it's hard to not have him in the first.
Yeah, I think right there, depending on your preference between wide out or running back, you could easily slip in the first. So he's definitely an underrated player, despite being very, very successful so
Yeah,
far this year.
for real.
It's insane.
Next up, this is a guy who I think might fall very far, third, fourth round fall type guy. Brian Thomas Jr. was ADP 15. He's sitting at 162 right now. So a drop of 147 spots. But he has missed 3 games. But he was averaging points per game 10.7, which is the lowest out of anybody in this top 12, 24 ADP. And I think there's just a stink on him now that will carry on into next year. I could see him being third, fourth round pick.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. Third or fourth, probably. It's just this offense. Um, they've managed, like, this team has managed to have success, like Jaguars success.
Hmm.
Um, without the success of the passing game. And I mean, if it, just because you put your resources into it, you don't have to force it. As long as you give the fans what they want, man, some W's and a chance at the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Next up, we had Josh Jacobs, ADP 16. He's sitting at 27 right now, so dropping 9 spots. Is averaging 18 points per game. He did miss last week, so that kind of hurt him. Ditto that for the next guy we're going to talk about. But I think he'll be a second round to early third round pick next year. He's been very touchdown dependent, which is fine. He's scoring a lot, but he hasn't looked the same. And then the injury and the age, I think, are going to scare people.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with the age. I think he's going to be one of those guys that might be tail end of the second,
Hmm.
um, just depending on how it falls. But I don't know. I'm looking at these names and 24 players. It's fewer than you think. And he's one that has obviously been, slept on pretty hard
Hmm.
historically, but I think that trend continues. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm with you. Next up, Drake London also missed this past week, averaging almost 20 points per game at 19.7, but he's the 29th overall player, ADP of 17, so a drop of 12. But he has missed 2 games actually overall. And I think he's he's a stud, and I think he'll be at least a second round pick. I feel like he'll be some might take him in the back end of the first, depending on the quarterback situation for the Falcons, but I think he'll be a early second.
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking me, which I think you are, I've got him in the first.
Okay.
I think he's shown out as the stud. Like we've seen pictures of the Drake London we've been hoping for this whole time, and he's
Hmm.
always given us little sprinkles, but it's a little more consistent. Feels a little more reliable, a little more real right now, in my opinion.
I, I'm with you. I'm scared of when he's back on the field with Kirk Cousins. I feel like Kirk Cousins was part of the problem. He was inconsistent last year.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that he may not finish the season as strong because of that. But I am with you. I do think overall he's been closer to the guy we thought we were going to get, if not just the guy we thought we were going to get. So I could see that. I'd see like a ADP anywhere from 11 to 15 would be my guess.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor is the second overall player after being taken 18th overall ADP, up 16 spots. He'll definitely be a first round pick next year. No question about it. He's been too good.
Yeah, I mean, I've got him above CMC as like a top three
Mm,
draftable player next year.
makes sense.
And that's, I mean, that's just youth and explosiveness going at him.
Hmm. Yeah. Because he's still, I mean, he's been in the league seems like forever and he's getting close, but he's only 26.
Mhm.
So it's not like he's hit that wall just yet. Brock Bowers is up next. He was the 19th overall player. He's sitting at 95 right now, missed 3 games, but that's a drop of 76. I could see him coming in at the back end of the second round next year. If the Raiders get people excited about what they do in the offseason. But I could also see him slipping depending on how bad they finish this year and what they do in the offseason. He's kind of in a weird spot because he's been great, had a 40-point game as a tight end at one point this year. Uh, points per game is 14 and a half, so all of that's good, but it's just been kind of inconsistent and a little frustrating at times.
Again, I think it comes down to this offense as a whole. I've
Yeah,
got Bowers in the, kind of the same draft position he was in this year.
gotcha.
So I think that people aren't giving up on him that easily.
No, I don't think so either. He was the tight end one off the board as well. The quarterback one went off next at ADP 20. That was Josh Allen. He's currently the third highest scoring player, so up 17 spots. No reason he won't go here. The only reason he goes this low is because, as we'll see when we talk about who's currently in the top 24, all these quarterbacks kind of get squished together, even though Allen is leading the top of that list. And there's no reason to not take him in the second or early third.
Yeah, in a single quarterback league, I mean,
Mhm.
you're putting some distance between you and the next guy,
Mhm.
as is evidenced by just looking at the results. So, uh, yeah, Josh Allen continues to be a right in, like a shoe in. Yes,
Yeah,
number
absolutely.
one, number one quarterback.
All right, the 21st overall player was AJ Brown.
Yeah.
He is 80th right now. He's only missed 1 game, a drop of 59 spots, averaging less than 13 points per game. I have a feeling he's going to get traded this offseason. There's just a lot of smoke around him not wanting to be there and having a pretty bad attitude about it. Um, and depending on where he goes, I could see that keeping him in this area. But if he doesn't get traded, I think he easily falls out of the top 24.
Oh yeah, he's out of the top 24. And this reminds me of a guy that used to play for the Titans that got all a little upset about
I
everything. I can't remember his name.
think it
Um,
was like BG White or something. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. hmm I like what you did. I cannot even attempt to compete with that. But no, again, untrustworthiness of the Eagles in general.
Hmm.
And yeah, maybe he gets a landing spot that's outrageous, he could go play for the Commanders or something, and then we might get excited with Daniels and him. But for now, yeah, I'm not touching this guy. He's cost a lot of us hardworking fantasy managers a lot of grief, caused a lot of grief this year.
Yeah, for sure. New England would be an exciting place for him to go.
Sure.
Um, our ADP 22 was Chase Brown. This one's interesting. Missed no games, and he's sitting at the 51st overall player, so a drop of 29 spots. I think a lot of it has to do with the Burrow of it all and just the offense not being as dynamic. I think he has a really nice schedule coming up, so I think he's going to finish the year strong. But I also think he might get pseudo replaced. One of these like maybe they take a running back in the fourth. fifth round and kind of split time with him a little bit. So I could see him dropping out of the top 24 personally.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I'm not like down on him, but I'm definitely I don't think it's something to chase. No
Mm.
pun intended. Ouch. But yeah, I ran top 25 for this exercise for my next year predictions, and I didn't even think about him as a person to put on that list. So
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
Next up was Lamar. He's missed 3 games. He's sitting at 18.8 points per game, was the 23rd overall player. He's sitting at 50 right now, so a drop of 27. I don't see that lasting. I'm sure that I just have faith that the Ravens will get it together to end the year here. They're going to probably win their division. They've been a little frustrating to watch, but hopefully they can get it together. And Lamar will be kind of in this range, maybe an early third.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar offers so much upside that if he's doing Lamar things, I mean, it's gonna pay off. I think that if he goes any lower than his, previous ADP, that someone's gonna be, pretty fortunate to scoop him up there. So I don't really see any other quarterbacks passing him.
Mm.
And so as like the QB2 off the board, I feel like that's a safe place for him.
I'm with you. And then last was Bucky Irvin, was the 24th overall player. Obviously, he's missed 7 games, so he's dropped 185 spots. I could see, depending on how he finishes the year, I could see people love them some Bucky Irving, um, internet sensation. So I could see him still going in this area, depending on how he finishes the year.
Yeah, I think so. It really does depend on like this is the range, right? He's a late second to me.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that it really does mean a lot if he can come back and be successful because I mean, now Baker's injured, and we've seen the likes of Sean Tucker eat in this offense, and if it's opened the door for a committee, because Rashad White's been good too. Yeah, I think that could chip away at him. I don't know. I don't know on Bucky. It's hard to say, but yeah, of course, everyone loves him. They were calling him Nightcrawler when they were watching their college tape. It's the best shit ever.
So there is the preseason ADP top 24. I feel like the biggest busts of it are Barkley, Jefferson, Brian Thomas Jr., Nico Collins, AJ Brown. Everybody else kind of was dealing with injuries, and then Ashton Genty a little bit.
Yeah, I might throw Derrick Henry in
Oh
there a
yeah,
little
Derrick
bit.
Henry is a good call. Yeah, but let's talk about the current top 24. It'll go a little faster because some of these guys we already talked about, like Christian McCaffrey, the number 1 overall player. He's going to stay in that range next year. Jonathan Taylor's number 2 overall. Josh Allen's number 3 overall. We kind of talked about all them. Jahmyr Gibbs, we talked about. This will be the first guy that wasn't mentioned in the top
Ooh.
24, and it's Jackson Smith and Jigba, the current 5th overall player, has really bust out onto the scene and become an absolute monster, like I think we thought we could see. A jump of 28 from his ADP of 33.
I I gotta put him at the top, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, wide receiver one. Why not, man? This stuff, I mean,
it'll be hard to
it's
argue with.
yeah, it's if you treat it like it's fluky, you're gonna miss out because it's not. I mean, this makes so much sense for him to be having the success he's having.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, I think people were a little nervous about the Sam Darnold of it all, but he's proven that he can at least make this offense function and at least get JSN the ball. And JSN, they're just using him all over the field. It's going to be hard to deny him that wide receiver 1 ADP next year. Now we have a bunch of quarterbacks coming up. We've got 11 quarterbacks in the top 24 players. So we got Drake May up next. Ben Awesome, his ADP was 123. He's sitting at 6th overall right now, so a movement of 117, which is great. I don't think he does enough to get him into the Josh Allen Lamar area yet.
No,
Okay.
no, and super flex wise, maybe he's not
Mhm.
even a top five guy.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but he's definitely having a great year. Solidified himself as someone to be happy with if you got him. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just think with the ease of schedule they had, I do think he'll be in a super flex, he'll be in that first round territory.
for sure.
But I just think the name value of all these other guys will carry forward, especially when you got Mahomes coming in at number seven, finally having a really good fantasy year. 42 spots up from his ADP of 49. I see him going in the third round or in the top five or six in a super flex league pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, it's Mahomes, man. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to believe that he doesn't have it going on, then I mean, yeah, you're probably going to be wrong. It's dropped,
Hmm.
yeah, single season outside the top 10 his whole career, and that was 11 last year. So
Yeah.
live it.
Devon Achane, we already talked about, but he's sitting at eighth overall right now. Jalen Hurts is ninth overall, despite the frustratingness of the Eagles' offense. He still gets those garbage touchdowns, so he moved up 25 spots from his ADP of 34. I don't see why he wouldn't go around that same area in the third round next year, as long as he's going to keep getting multiple 1 yard touchdowns a game. It's hard to deny it.
The Tish push will be outlawed in the coming
True.
off season.
I see. The thing is, I think it will be, and they're just going to run a normal quarterback sneak, and this fucking stupid drama will be for nothing because he's still probably going to convert that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it will
so
feel less annoying though.
it
So
no, absolutely, I would be cool with it, but like Jesus Christ, I'm just sick of it at this point. Dak Prescott up next, ADP of 94th. He's sitting at 10th, so a jump of 84 spots. I think he's a guy that will be kind of always in that fourth to fifth round redraft range. No matter how great he does, people just expect him to kind of come back to earth. But if he's got George Pickens and he's got CD Lamb, I don't see why you wouldn't expect him to finish around this area.
yeah, he's one of those guys where he can miss, a quarter of the season easy, depending on
Mhm.
his health. So it's a little risky, but yeah, he doesn't disappoint when he plays full season. So let it
Yeah.
be.
Matthew Stafford's up next. This one's a little skewed because he was in the friggin' alien pod getting health stuff done to him in the beginning of this year, and now he's the 11th overall player. His ADP was 179, definitely impacted by all the injury worry. He moved up 168 spots. He's a guy I don't know will hold that ADP value. I think he could still have another good year in him, but he's just an older quarterback. We've seen these older guys drop off unless they're named Tom Brady. And I just think people will be a little wary. So I see his ADP kind of not being 179, but probably fifth, sixth round QB type stuff, maybe a little later.
Yeah, I mean, after he wins his second Super Bowl, it's probably, he's probably gonna burn it out trying to go run it back, and that's it, dude. He'll wilt and just be doing sleep number commercials or whatever after that.
Fair enough.
Not a bad way to go.
Yeah, fair enough. 12th overall player, B. John Robinson. We already talked about him. 13th overall, George Pickens. Wowie, wowie, wowie. ADP of 68, up 55 spots. If he stays on Dallas, I think it's easy that he'll be in the second round, if not a little earlier. I'd probably take him in the second. But we got to see where he goes. But he's been
Yeah,
electric this year.
yeah, you can't hate on him. He feels like he's earned a top 24 consideration.
Absolutely.
Um, it's just hard for me to know who to put him ahead of when you get to that range, but
Yeah.
that's all right. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for me.
14th overall, Amon Ra, we already talked about. 15th overall is Caleb Williams for all the hand wringing about Caleb this year. Still doing pretty well. Almost 20 points per game. He was the ADP of 119. He's moved up 104 spots. And I think depending on how they finish, with Ben Johnson, I think he'll be kind of in that fourth, fifth round QB range.
Yeah, I think the weapons are just set up, and we've seen Ben Johnson just activate and maximize the weapons, and he's benefiting from it. He's doing the job.
Yeah. 100%. Next up, Daniel Jones jumped of 245 spots from ADP of 261 to 16. I don't buy this one hanging long term. Maybe that's just my cynicism. I don't know, but I just don't see it holding.
He's got to get out of the year, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
I feel like it's already the wheels are starting to fall off a little bit already. Um, and
yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, yeah.
at least ADP wise, I don't see it carrying forward.
No, no. He's a benefactor of system coaching and really potent weapons and a Jonathan Taylor meteorite of a season here, just streaking across the sky.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 17th player was Justin Herbert. He moves up 93 spots from his ADP of 110. Again, all these quarterbacks are starting to that's the thing is like all these guys, unless you're getting one of the top three, they're all kind of like in that same area. So it's going to be the fourth, fifth, sixth round where all these guys start going. As good as I think he is, and I think he's proven that he's a viable fantasy quarterback again, which there was a couple years where that was in question, but I think he's right back up to the top.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, this is the area where you're not really getting a advantage, over
Hmm.
the other teams, unless you're in a super flex and you can nail two of these guys or something. But yeah, I don't know. Herbert looking good, feeling good, but kind of capped outside of the top five, it looks like.
Yeah, I agree. Puka Nacua, he'll be in the first round next year. We talked about that. Bo Nix is the 19th overall player. He jumped 51 spots from 70th. Same deal as Herbert to me. Like he's been good, a little inconsistent in terms of fantasy, hard to predict, but he'll be in that same range when people start taking quarterbacks. The 20th player is James Cook. His ADP was 28, so it's not like people were out on him, but people were talking about how he was going to regress. So he's up 8 spots from that, and I think that's I think he'll be a top 24-ish pick next year. I think he's proven that he's going to score with the Bills no matter what.
Yeah, I definitely put him in the second round,
Hmm.
and pretty high in the second round. Because I was one of those guys that said his 16 touchdowns was fluky last year, and
Yeah.
here he is with 8 through 11 games. So probably not going to get to 16, but doing pretty good given the competition and the lack of passing game on that team. So
Yeah, absolutely. Up next is Trey McBride, 21st overall player. He was ADP was 27, so just outside the top 24, moving up 6 spots. I think people are really starting to respect Trey McBride's game, and I think he will be a top 24 pick next year. Maybe the
yeah,
back end.
I think he's a top 15 player.
Okay, well,
It's like when people were taking Kelsey that high. I mean, it gives you an advantage, and it
yeah.
feels like it's proven. In my professional, we are professionals, right? And so, in my professional opinion, he's really smoking the competition when it comes to the tight end room. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's got what? Let's see, a 52-point advantage over Jake Ferguson. So
Wow.
we'll give him a hands up. And same amount of touchdowns too. So
Yeah, finally scoring some touchdowns for the boy.
yeah.
That's been fun. 22nd is Jared Goff. I mean, sorry, just rinse and repeat, same quarterback conversation. Jamar Chase will be a first round pick. And then the 24th overall player was Baker Mayfield, who, again, same kind of conversation. All these quarterbacks, which is why we threw in 12 more players, and they're all non-QBs. It was the next top 12 non-QBs. So just to talk about them a little bit, because
Yeah.
it's a little more interesting of a conversation. Devontae Adams is sitting at 26th rank. His ADP was 42, up 16 spots. I feel like he will not be a top 24 player next year, but he may produce around this same time as long as Stafford's there and playing well. I don't Devontae's game is one that can make him last pretty long because they just feed him in the red zone. He's not out there burning people with speed necessarily. He's just getting open with route running, which he's going to be able to do for at least a couple more years.
Yeah, I mean he's third in total touchdowns scored on the year, behind Jonathan Taylor and Jahmyr Gibbs. So
Yeah.
if you think that that's going to happen again next year, then you should draft him in the top 25. I will not be following you though.
Well, I mean, my man scores touchdowns. That's pretty much all he's done his whole career. But
It's impressive. I just back-to-back years. I don't know. I don't know.
well, we'll have to see. We'll get into that conversation later in the off season probably. Sorry we're speeding through this, everyone. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We're not trying to waste all your time and be on here all night. Next up was Josh Jacobs, ADP or 27th ranked. We already kind of talked about him. Javonte Williams though was is the 28th player, 107 ADP, so up 79 spots. Do we think this continues?
So no, right? I this is where this is, and I know, right? Thanksgiving week, he said the words. Um, this is the one. This is where it gets interesting for me because he's also a
Mhm.
1 year deal with Dallas, and I don't know necessarily. He might just out of like happiness and I don't know, just being trusted, he might just come back on a friendlier deal. But this
Yeah.
is kind of the situation where, especially in Dallas, like running backs end up out of the door. Um, I don't know. I like him as a third round pick, but I don't think I can get behind treating him as if this is the new
The new norm.
yeah.
Well, and especially if they want to try to sign Pickens, and then they're
They
not going
gotta
to have
hit
a.
the defense.
Yeah, they have to. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Williams, but he has been good. It's been fun to see. Drake London was the 29th overall player. We kind of talked about him already. He'd be higher if he didn't miss 2 games. Rico Dowdle is 32nd overall. Was drafted at 205, so a jump of 173. What happens with Dowdle? 1 year deal with the Panthers. Does he take a deal somewhere else? Does he continue this?
So this is one of the tougher conversations because like they just brought in Chuba on a very lucrative contract that has, I believe, another 2 years on it. So you can't necessarily pay two running backs that
Hmm.
level. So there's not really, I don't think there's a world where Carolina can just keep them. It could be like a, I don't know. I don't know what I feel. I have no clue. This is such a unusual situation. This is usually like a rookie deal situation where you have more years on it, but they couldn't even tag and trade him. There's not a market for that.
Hmm.
Hardly. Then it's just foolish to pay out two successful running backs. Shit, man. I think he's got to end up on another team.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with you. It'd be tough. I mean, Carolina's another team that has a lot of work to do that needs to kind of uh, uh, fix some holes in their roster to compete. I mean, they're 6-6 right now. So I think they kind of view themselves as like maybe on the verge of competing. So Dowdle will be interesting. I also I'm not convinced that he'll keep it up either, but
Send
we'll
him to
see.
Kansas City and see what happens, you
There
know?
you go.
Maybe we'll find out.
33 is Kyron Williams. I've been speaking about the Kyron Williams downfall all for the last couple of years, so we'll see. I don't know. He scores a lot of touchdowns. ADP of 25th, so he was just outside the top 24. He's at down 8 spots. I feel like third, fourth round is good for him. And then Genty up next. We kind of already talked about. I think if the Raiders improve, we could see him in the still in the second round. But definitely not ADP at 12 or 11 or whatever it is.
Yeah, he's slipping a little bit.
Chris Olave, super interesting. Actual 35th ranked player. ADP of 78. So a move up of 33. And their quarterbacks have blown. I could see his ADP being a little higher if they go out and draft somebody or bring in a veteran.
Yeah, I think that we all kind of got a little scared. We've seen some really interesting um, missed time with Olave, and yeah, we were all scared this offense was just gonna completely suck, and it's been awful. Really, Alvin Kamara sucks. I mean, Rashid Shaheed, he's gone. Juwan Johnson is pretty cool, but I mean, Olave is shown out as an alpha. Feels like anywhere upward is the direction he's headed. So I don't know, man. I'm getting pretty pumped. I don't know if I can put him in the top 24. It's
Yeah,
hard.
I don't think I can put him in the top 24 unless they made some crazy quarterback trade, which I don't think they have the resources nor the uh whatever to do. But Olave,
The
it's just
prowess.
the prowess. There you go. But it's his opportunities that's help. I mean, he's the third most targeted player in the league right now. That's above JSN and Amon-Ra. He's sitting at 108, one
Yeah.
behind Trey McBride and nine behind Jamar Chase. So yeah, I mean it's hard when you're getting that many looks, you're just gonna inevitably get points, you know?
Hmm.
So as long as they want to use them that way, and I think they do, so it'll be hard, but I think third round makes sense. Ted McMillan also should probably be a third round pick next year. Same kind of deal, lots of targets. He's the 36th overall player, up 20 from his ADP of 56. And if the Panthers make any market improvement, I think with the amount of volume that he's gotten, it'll be hard. I mean, he's sitting in the top 10 for targets this year as a rookie, so it'll be hard to knock him out of the third round.
Yeah, I mean, I would take him. It feels like that offense has room to improve, especially at quarterback. So could be a good place to be third round. I think you might even get him a little later than that. I don't think people are too excited about him. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
could see
Maybe it's
that.
just me.
No, yeah, no, I could see that for sure. I feel like he should be a third round pick, so if people are out on him, then I'm down to take him. 37th is Michael Pittman Jr. was drafted at 108, 71 point jump. Kind of along the same lines as Indiana Jones up there. I don't know that I would take him in the third round still, but maybe that's just bias of like a regression in this offense. But we'll see how he finishes the year.
Yeah, yep, you're right. I think we were a year early. No. It's hard to see it being sustained with him, but I think that he's definitely a player that's going to carry a little steam. Third round seems pretty respectable. It's going to
Yeah.
be a long third round. There's 20 people in our third round, in my third round, according to tonight.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, that might be a little tough to fit all those guys in for sure. Sorry, I got a little messed up here. All right, next up, last two, we got Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver 38. I don't think he's drafted there next
No.
year with Malik Neighbors coming back. ADP of 183 though, so it's an improvement of 145. And then Travis Etienne, everyone hated on, going off the board at 92 in the preseason. He's right now at the 39th overall best player in terms of points, and so that's a jump of 53. And I really think he should be in the third round. I mean, he's finishing the year. He's looking really good right now. I think it's gonna be hard to keep him out of the third round. But again, there's a lot of third rounders apparently.
This guy's locked and loaded in the third round. In my opinion, you're telling me he's a top 12 running back right now. And he's shown the ability to produce at that level. He just had a soft year in 2024. I think the priorities got straightened out a little bit. And he only has 7 touchdowns. So there's actually a lot of room for him to improve if he can figure out that, or they can figure out how to utilize him there. They just
Yeah,
throw the ball so much in the red zone. It's ridiculous.
it's really annoying. The Jags are just an annoying watch. But there you have it. There's our wrap up of the top 24 ADP preseason and where they are now and how we feel about them going forward. So yeah, that's it. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the Thursday night football slate or Thursday all day football slate and had a great Thanksgiving with your family. So until next week, we've been Rough Draft Research. You've been the audience, and we'll see you next time.
All right, turkey's in the oven. Take care.
I took a lease out on